Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and today is more than likely the final day on the Westhill build on the Citadel server in Minecraft. We have been working on this for almost 5 years. 5-year anniversary of the first block being broken in the valley is somewhere around November in 2019, I think. Yeah. So it's been a long time coming. Now, I wasn't always streaming daily back then. It was more like weekends. So it's not necessarily a full 4 years of streaming. I've also played other games and taken some breaks to work on other projects, but it's been a long time coming and it's been a lot of fun. And so if you're here and you've been here for a while, thank you very much for hanging out. And also, we get to experience this together. It's going to be fun to put in the last bit of the East Road, which is what we're going to be working on today. I had a hangout with the Spawn Chunks podcast earlier this morning. That's the bonus stuff that we do once a month for our patrons. And so that really went well. Some really cool builds, a lot of inspiration happening in the hangouts, which is great because I need to figure out what I'm going to do next in Minecraft. And one of the things we might get to later on in the stream is popping around the server and looking for the location for my next build. It depends on how long it takes me to finish up the last blocks here in Westhill, but you can look forward to a tour coming soon. We don't have a time yet, but Pixlriffs, my co-host on the Spawn Chunks, said that he'd be interested in popping onto the server with me and walking around and taking a look at Westhill in person, which is going to be cool for him, I think, because he's been hearing about it for years on the podcast, but now gets to actually experience it in person. And I hope to do that with more than one person. So keep your eye out on the Twitch channel and on the YouTube channel for some tours. I will obviously highlight those on the YouTube channel because it'll be a very easy way to get caught up on all the things that are in Westhill. But hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. I am definitely full of pancakes and ready for Minecraft. Jay Christ, good to see you. Hello, SweetSandi, Blast Jordan, Moira, all hanging out in chat. Hope you're all having a good day so far. We might as well just jump right in because we do have a lot to do, or at least potentially a lot to do, and I don't want to fall short. I don't want to end up being behind on something. So the other thing that we had to do was street lanterns in the right locations. So that's on the list as well. I think the road is going to take priority, but after that, it'll be definitely street lanterns. So we are going to need the dirt, the grass. I don't know about the moss, but maybe certainly some of that. We'll bring that just in case. Same with the bushes. I don't know about the wood blocks. Potentially for trees. Bring the birch as well. Flowers and bone meal. And stone. Probably cobblestone and stone. Should be all we need. Spare shulker box for the extra stuff. And I think we're good. Maybe some extra food. I feel like I have potatoes in other places. Yeah, so I can absolutely cook those if I want to. And I think that's it for there. Good to go. Silvery, good to see you. Yeah, I do pancakes every Saturday. Years of pancakes every Saturday. So I guess we'll start off with a quick look at what we've been doing over the week, and that'll again give you an idea about what we're going to be doing today. So before, this was not touched by us. This was all default Minecraft, and we didn't change too much. We kind of just gave it a paint job. We removed some weird bits of dirt. We smoothed out the mountain, added the grass at the top and the bottom, and created some patches of color. So you have these nice kind of rolling hills of green. The stone kind of comes down at an angle. And we just kind of took that and rolled it all through here. So we sculpted all this, just kind of made it look a little bit smoother, added in a lot of bone meal and grass, custom tree bits here and there, all along here as well. Some too high grass to cover up the sides of the hill. And then we rolled around the corner. And so we worked on that. Same thing, just kind of gave it a touch up. But then yesterday, we worked on the road. And that's what we're going to be doing today, but at the other end. So this just kind of was a straight road that stopped about here. And so all we did was just kind of take it around the corner and kind of fade it out into the distance, because this is no longer Westhill. This is someplace else. This could be someone else's build. It could be a build that I work on in the future. I don't know. but it's not seen from the valley. So I just wanted to have the road disappear out of the way in the same way that the other roads in the valley disappear out of the way. And we are getting some weird rendering today. This is happening before the stream, and I don't know what's going on. It's very, very odd. I think it's like Shift Control R to reload shaders. Yeah. So this happens in other places on the server as well. We have a road that goes north, and thankfully it goes into the trees and it winds out over the north ridge. You can just about see a little look off right there, but this is the road that kind of disappears into the trees and heads up out of the valley that way. Blast Jordan, hello, how's it going? So we did this a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month or two ago, where we finished up all this landscaping, and then this path just kind of like travels up and disappears into the valley. So like, again, from within Westhill, the roads just kind of extend to the distance without really having a visual end to them. So I think that's really cool. The other one, we'll take a flight for this one, just because this is way over here. The other one is the West Road, and this one heads off up here over the bridge and then up into the hills. And same idea. So like from within the valley, this is kind of the tail end of this. But I also wanted to have a decent approach to Westhill. So because you're so close to the town here, there's kind of a fun reveal. So again, this just kind of very simply winds into the distance and stops about there for whoever might want to build over there on the server. Could be me, could be somebody else. And so there's a connecting road. But then the really cool experience is that this is what you see when you come up this hill, and then you gradually get to see Westhill come into view as you hop over the crest here, which I think is a really fun experience. It's a different way to see the town. And that's true of all the other roads that kind of exit, with the exception of the one that we have to work on today, because that does not have an end to it. Or at least the end is seen. It doesn't just fade into the distance. And that's the road here, heading off into the east. Blast Jordan says, today has been total panic, but it's semi-over now. Well, that's, I mean, good on the almost over, not so great on the panic. So the east road, just as you would suspect, heads roughly east. It actually heads mostly south, but it's just a straight line. But it ends right here. Like, you can very much see where it stops. And I want to take it around the bend. And the idea yesterday, or at least I thought, was going to be to just give it a little bit of a twist and have it go around the corner here and bend out of sight this way. Unfortunately, this is very hilly, and I don't know if this would be the best decision, because hills and roads tend to take a while to sort out, and I don't know if this is really the best way. I feel like this road would maybe go down this way. This fades into the trees, but this just kind of stops. So I think what I want to do is I want to take this a little bit farther away. It doesn't necessarily have to disappear around the bend, but I do want it to kind of disappear out of render distance. So if I'm over here, kind of see like about there would probably be good. So I guess around the bend is really what we're going to end up doing. Yeah, so not terribly far, but far enough. And this is about where other people have been building stuff. So we'll say people aim at this torch as a good spot. Probably about there. Starts to drop. Yeah, so probably about here. As a potential spot. I find when you're building a road, it usually helps to have like an end spot in mind, so you can kind of see where we're going and where we are now. So let's set up somewhere's probably in between would be good. Probably the most efficient. Yeah, maybe we'll just set up over here where it's flat. Obviously a cave nearby somewhere. Just shulker box. Long ago, you marked the way over the field with torches and thought that that's where the road was going to go. Yeah, that road is probably going to go. Yep. I had thought originally that maybe it was going to be something different, but... Dan Grice, thanks very much for the $20 tip. Final build day, question mark. Well, hopefully, not question mark, but thanks very much, Dan. That's amazing. I really appreciate that. And actually, now that that is a new tip, I can change the Twitch. There we go. That was a number before, and I was concerned it was like someone's private identifier number for one of their payment accounts, so I had it hidden. But now that Dan is the most recent tip, I can let that ticker be its own thing. Now, does anybody else have problems with Discord on Windows right now? I'm on Windows 10, and I find that Discord just doesn't let me... It keeps on being a blank window, and I have to like close it and reopen it again. There are a lot of mobs below me. We might have to go investigate that. I don't want to listen to that all stream. And there are only 2 days left in the Spawn Chunks promotion for Patreon. So patreon.com/thespawnchunks if you want to support the podcast. There is a discount right now. It's 40% off your first month supporting the show. That ends tomorrow. So tomorrow at midnight. So 2 full days. Cheese Cat, hello, welcome in. I see the zombie. Were you a surface zombie or were you from the cave that I can hear? I would say that's probably the entrance to the cave. I can hear lots of nonsense. I got one skeleton. Man, there's a lot of stuff down here. We'll just light this up for now. Keep it quiet during the stream. Cool. So the easiest thing to do is probably going to be to draw the outline of this with coarse dirt. That's usually how I like to roll. And then just fill it all in. because we need grass, we might as well go and harvest some of that too. So we are heading in that general direction. Hopefully, we'll come together quite quickly. This is also not very flat, so we'll have to see. Some of this we might have to fill in some places, but we've got absolutely tons of blocks. That shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if I want to necessarily go right over this hill. We might want to go around it. I think I should probably choose the easiest path, because that's how people would walk, right? Yeah, I think I want to bend it that way, but going on the other side of that hill is probably best. So this is the part where we just have to figure out how wide this is. Currently, we're not going to make it this wide. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd like it to go down to 5 if I can. This is on an angle right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be about right. Yeah. Helps if I can place a block. We're probably going to need at least a couple pairs of shears. That's the cave that I just lit up. Didn't even know that there was an entry point up here. Smooth that out a little bit. And then potentially just use that. It's like the edge to aim for. Oops. Sort of like that. I feel like I might want to go a little bit wider. Like I want to get it out a little bit past here. So we'll probably do like 2 or 3 sets of 3. Yeah. And then from here, maybe. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I think at this point we definitely want to start to curve it the other way. I try not to do more than 5 in a row because then it starts to feel very much like a straight line. Here we can start to go 2 in the other direction. Or maybe not. Oh no. I have to repeat the other pattern. Head it backwards. CJ Williams subscribing with Prime. Thanks very much. 38 months for CJ. Really appreciate it, CJ. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Feel like that's pretty good. Gonna aim in for this area here. So 1. Usually doing things in odd numbers, sets of 3, sets of 5 is usually a good way to go. Life is pretty darn good, says CJ. I hope the list is true for you. Yep. Yep, no complaints. I am full of pancakes. I'm playing Minecraft. Had a visit with my mom this morning. I've got new potatoes from PEI. For people that don't know, PEI is one of the hubs for potato farms in the region, and they do really good potatoes. And so this time of year, ahead of fall, the new potatoes are particularly good. So I'm looking forward to cooking with those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be too far. Oh no, I think we're okay. I might want to fill that part in. I just want to be able to see my lines, so I know a lot of this would grass back over, but for the sake of speed of seeing what I'm doing, I want to be able to see my road design. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. One, two, three, four, five. Maybe not that. I feel like we make this a point. And then bridge off from here. We might have to redesign the angle a little bit. Epic Grape. That's a great username. Thanks very much for the follow. How did you find the stream? So with this stuff, I generally want to be a little bit more gentle coming off of the straightaway. Whoops. That feels a little bit better. So here's another thing that I like to consider when I'm building these kind of roads is that you're thinking about coming down here. Maybe you're coming from here. And so Westhill is kind of slowly coming into view. And so I feel like you wouldn't necessarily be walking in this direction. I feel like you'd be walking in this direction. So I feel like instead of this road happening on the tip of this hill, we would probably be better off to put it over here somehow. And change this. Be something a little bit more of an angle like that. Tadpole Milk coming in with a raid. Thanks very much, Tadpole. It has been a minute. How are you, my friend? Hello, hello. Dab 2014, the Black Clad Wanderer. Hello, welcome in. Tadpole, what were you up to on stream today? I'm assuming Minecraft. Marcus, good to see you. Rizzy Realmhopper, hello. Been a minute since I've seen you too. New MC Mama, welcome in. Tadpole, is the lizard still lizarding? Oh, uh-oh. Is there... my PC is acting up, so I must raid and run. Oh, no worries, Tadpole. Thanks very much again for the raid. Folks in my chat, Tadpole_milk_. Go follow Tadpole on Twitch. We've raided them a number of times. Good dude, great laugh. Has been on the podcast before. I want to say we did we, was it Spawn Chunks or was it Citadel Cafe, or was it both? I feel like it was maybe both. But you can look that up. And of course, go check out Tadpole on Twitch and on TikTok, if I recall. If you're watching this later on YouTube, then obviously check out Tadpole on Twitch. Thanks so much for the raid again, Tadpole. Folks, we are in the process of putting in the final build for Westhill. Westhill is a town that I've been working on for 4.5 years, and we have been slowly putting the final touches this week on the build. Everything inside the town is done. We finished the distillery last week. This week we worked along the East Road here and did all of the landscaping that was visually accessible from there. And then now we're just working on this part, which is just this tail end of the road. The idea is that we just want the road to go out of sight. We want it to go around the bend, out of sight, so that you can just assume it goes into the world, but even though we're going to stop it about here. So that's the plan. And yeah, that's too bad about the PC issues, Tadpole. Hopefully that didn't cut your stream too short. I know that's annoying when that happens. So if you want the 101 on road building, it's a good time to hang out, because this is kind of like my approach to these kind of things. We do have the help of the map. You can kind of see where I made a mistake here. I thought about going this way, and I've swung wide, and we're curving this way. I feel like this is going to change here. This is going to be edited. But this is roughly where we're going. I think that might end up being a little bit tighter to the trees. And this is a ravine that I think Cosmic Dancer filled in, so there's definitely some stuff going on there. Lighting and torches and things. SweetSandi says Tadpole has been on the Citadel Cafe and twice on the Spawn Chunks. That's what I thought. I thought it was more than once. I think he filled in for Johnny one time. Like, first time guest spot. That's usually how we roll. It's like first time interview. And then after that, we have a short list of people that we thought were really great guests. And then we bring them back to fill in for one of us when we're out sick or something. I'm going to move these torches because these things I think are messing with my sense of walking. Even here, the swing might be a little bit wide. Yeah, I feel like that might be the good center of the road, so we might have to adjust this a little bit too. Yeah, I feel like this is a good... Yeah. And if you're coming in new, of course, I co-host and co-produce the Spawn Chunks podcast with Pixelriffs. And so if you're into Minecraft and you want a news show about Minecraft, you can listen to that for free. Yeah, that feels about right. Although we're going to start pulling this down. Yep. And we'll just go a little bit wider here. I feel like 5 is probably wide enough. The Black Hat Wanderer, I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah, we were just talking about typical Saturday routines. I do pancake breakfasts for myself every Saturday, so that was good. It's funny, you know, like I eat pretty healthy during the week, or at least I try to, and so I do notice like a big pancake breakfast ends up being like I can feel the amount of sugar that I've consumed. I definitely notice it. So we'll make that look more curvy and natural a little bit later, but I think this is the angle I want to be at for facing the town. Man, I'm trigger happy today. I'm absolutely misplacing a ton of blocks. I'm gonna make this easy on myself and fill this part in. Okay, so I think the pattern here is 2 and then 1. So 2, 2, 1, 1. Yep, I think that's going to work. And then around here, just bring it a little bit tighter. Maybe at some point we have to add in a third. Yeah, so like here, could do 3 sets of 2. Or is that going to go in the opposite direction? That's going to go in the opposite direction. So I want to go back to 1 and 1. I think that'll work out okay. Obviously, we'll have to tweak the other side. How to get good at building and thinking of what to build? I'm so bad. I've been actually thinking about this a lot lately. One of the things I want to try to come up with a cool website to help people with those ideas. But really, just you have to kind of start. And like the first thing that I built in Westhill doesn't even exist anymore because I ended up going back and taking it down because I didn't like it. It was the potato farm. So, you know, even if we just pop out here and look at the potato farm, I've made some adjustments to it, and those VODs are recent. Like you can go back on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube and find the first version of the potato farm and see how big it was. It wasn't the right scale. It wasn't designed inside. And so like previously this potato farmhouse had this big second floor, and this thing was twice as large, and it came all the way out to here. So we had to reduce it down and make it feel a little bit more cozy and fit with the other things in the environment. But if you go back to the very first playlist on my YouTube channel, then you'll see just how basic this was, and this didn't exist. And even the things like, if you compare the builds on the east side of town, which is over here, which is when I first started doing like medieval style building, and then you compare that to the stuff that's on the west side of town, which is done a lot more recently, it's very different, right? Like there's a lot more, there's different blocks. Minecraft has updated like number of times over the last 4 years. So the thing is like, and this is the advantage of a forever world, is you will get better over time. So the only way to do that is just keep building. Like just have an idea, borrow an idea from somebody else, grab a prompt from a Discord or something. The Spawn Chunks Discord is a great place to get inspiration. We do hangouts once a month with our patrons. There's a build channel where people are sharing their builds all the time. My Patreon leads to the Discord, and that Discord has a channel. There's also my Patreon server if you want. So all that kind of stuff really helps sort of like get you inspired. But then like the trick is like just pick something and keep going. Don't just build a house, build a town, or build a city, or build a sci-fi area. Like have a general theme. Don't be specific. Maybe pick a holiday like Halloween or Christmas or something, and just kind of go from there. And if you keep on coming back to it, zoo, that's a good one, SweetSandi. Then you'll find that over time you'll get a lot better. Rustus says I started a Forever World, or at least planned it to be forever like 3 days ago. Absolutely, yeah. Just start a Forever World and just stick to it. Like that's the thing. Like when people give up and reset, like that's the worst thing you can do, because then you have to start with all the logistics over again. Like I'm not a big fan of early Minecraft. I prefer mid to much later in the game. I'm having a hard time with this. I like what I've got up to about here. I think that needs to be farther south. So yeah, being a part of a community that's full of builders is usually a good idea too. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Right, and then from here, you can probably come up to meet this a little bit. I don't want this to be 7 wide, I don't think. Might be time to try to draw the other side of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So some of it is going to have to be 7 wide. Right around this step is where I think we should probably start to... Oh yeah, no, this is where to start to narrow it down. That still swings too wide. that might work. Yep. It's been a long time since I've done a curve in the road that's this long. It'll go a lot faster once we get this outline sorted. Usually it's just one side. If you can get one side done, you're usually in really good shape. I'm actually going to bring this out, I think. Let's see how this lines up. SweetSandi, thanks for the reminder. I will take a break in just a second. Yeah, even this feels a little bit strange. So folks, I take a break once an hour. It gives me a chance to refresh my coffee, gives you a chance to grab a friend. We're always trying to increase the views on the channel, so if you wouldn't mind sharing it around, I would very much appreciate it. There is a post on Blue Sky and Twitter if you want to easily share that, or you can just text a friend or grab them and just send them a direct link right here on Twitch. I will be right back. Okay, back to the road. Oh, we're going to avoid him. It is a zoo out here at nighttime, that's for sure. I don't think we can avoid this guy, though. I'd rather get rid of him and have him surprise us with all this soft landscaping work that we're doing. So I don't know about this curve. Obviously, the bridge and everything is not changing. This is pretty good. I feel like this angle needs to be a little bit steeper. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Let's go with maybe 3 here. One, 2, 3, 4. That feels pretty good. I just need to make the top part match it. And right back here, I think, is where we can make that adjustment. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I bring that back to 4, make this 3. Hey, Blue Crow, how's it going? And then I can just look at this. This is still kind of wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When it curves around here is when we can, I think, like narrow it down to more of what we want. Yeah, you can see how I kind of like narrowed that down for here. And I think at this point we could probably get back to that. Feels about right. Yeah. The good news is we've got absolutely tons of these blocks. So if I have to fill in any spaces, I've got lots and lots and lots of extra blocks. So it's not so bad. Rain. All right, well, we're not really doing any texturing, so that's probably okay. I almost want a slightly less efficient shovel. So one of the tricks for this kind of stuff is to offset them a little bit so that they're not always lining up. Otherwise it looks very 8-bit instead of 16-bit, if that makes any sense. So I think that's pretty good, but then we just make some adjustments on the top part and we should be good. Thanks, Blue. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with the commands over the last little while. All right, so before we commit to anything, let's just walk this a couple times. Pretty good going this way. I think if we build this out, it'll feel like more of a reason to have to go around something. So then when you're now walking on the road, it feels like there's a reason why it swirps out to the left a little bit. Well, we can probably put a couple of trees here. That's maybe why I should have brought the wood boxes. Which is why I think I do have some here. Yeah. So we'll get this. See what the Minecraft RNG gives us. I might want to push this back a little bit. Yay, no more rain. That'll give us a reason to veer a little bit to the left. And then yeah, I guess that's okay. I feel like this needs to come in a little bit tighter. Yeah, so maybe here we'll do 3. It's almost like a little mini game. See if you can place everything without screwing up. Yeah, I think that's going to work out a little bit better. I might have gone a little bit too sharp here. Let's go with 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Hey, the Wormbow. Why won't you just auto start the stream when I'm right there on this page already? Oh, it didn't start? You were just kind of sitting and waiting and then you didn't get a notification? That's odd. I feel like you knew the time that I was starting, or did you come later on? Goes from looking really cool and curvy to feeling very basic, doesn't it? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I think this has to be 4 or 5. Yeah, maybe I'm making this just a little bit too sharp. Oh, I know what I could do. Yeah, and then what about like 3, 2. No, maybe not. Yeah, that feels a bit better. So then we'll just do sets of 2, I guess. So 4, 4 again, and then 5. Yeah, that seems to work. Today is the last stream of Westhill building. Yep, that's the plan. That's the plan. The only thing left to do is just this road fading into the distance, which I guess is kind of a fitting end. I really wish there was a better way. The only way that I can think of for people to know exactly when I stream live is to follow me on Twitter. But then you've got to have like a Twitter notification set up, which doesn't always, I don't know how easy that is, or if it's even possible. Or if you're part of the Discord and you have the everyone tag turned on for my announcements channel, then you will absolutely get a notification. Have to tighten that up just a little bit. Need some more rockets. Twitter is an absolute hell, as most social media platforms are nowadays. Political battlegrounds. Yeah, no, 100%. I've been on there forever, so that's kind of where I use it. I don't really engage on Twitter. I just post on Twitter, like I am live now. I also do that on Instagram stories, but again, like I don't know if there's any free way for people to get an actual notification. The only thing I can think of is my Discord, and I could make the Discord free, and then the only thing in the free channel could be like notifications. Like maybe that's the way to do it. Like, hey, sign up for my Discord. It's free to get notifications. If you want to chat on the Discord, then sign up to the Patreon or subscribe on Twitch. How does that sound? Like, because I could set that up. I could set up like a free account on Discord and say like, you can join it for free, but the only room that you're going to have access to is the announcements channel. And so you'll get like you can absolutely set up a notification so Discord will ding at you with the everyone announcement. Right. On Instagram, you can do these message channels where people can join you and only and you only can post there, and per default you will get a notification. Oh yeah, I've seen those too. I really need to be better at social media. I spend so much time on computers as it is and on my phone. Like I'm trying to not do more of it. So it's tough in that way. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we need to work out how to fix this part. Does that work? That feels weird. That's a little bit better. That's probably the way to go. Just need to add a little bit twist at the bottom. I think all these different apps are confusing and hard to use. Maybe I'm old. I think I'm older than you, Sandy. I might be. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. We don't get into ages in chat, but I don't know if we've ever had that conversation. Totally understand you. Over the last 5 years, I try to stay away from social media as much as possible, but for my sub-business podcasts, side business podcasts, I can't stay away from it, unfortunately. Lo, did I know that you had a podcast, Lo? I don't think I knew that. That's awesome. What's it called? I think that's the outline done. I think that's pretty slick looking. It's a little bit janky through there. We might make one more adjustment. Like, I feel like the whole thing needs to be over by like a pixel. Yeah, 3 and then 2 and then 3 feels weird. So usually in this situation, the best thing to do is to just, so 3, 2. So if I go to the 2 and then just start adding 1 on every corner, it should work out. Obviously, it's going to look a little bit funny until we fill it in. Yeah, all right. Well, I don't have time to mess around, so we're just going to commit to at least the top part. Whoops. It is really hard to aim. You'd think it would be a lot easier. That was close. Trekgasm. It's a German podcast about Star Trek. Oh, that's cool. Alistair McFly, who is on the server and is also a podcaster, does a Star Trek podcast. Or at least they used to. I don't know whether him and his co-host Trevor are still doing it. I think they are. I always feel like a 3D printer when I'm doing big, broad areas like this. Pretty bland. The goal is to have it look a lot more decorated, although it doesn't. The dirt roads don't look all that different on the map. You thought about switching to English and calling it Trekgasm discounts for the higher tiers. Oh yeah. Calling it Trekgasm International Edition, but never did it. Yeah, Long Range Sensors is the name of Alistair's podcast. Retrospective, I think it does they do older episodes. I think they talk about new stuff, but I think most of it's older. It's almost better to go slower. I need to get better at putting bits of grass in the road. I don't do that very often. Did search and found a different podcast from Alistair, Subspace. Yes, I think. Unfortunately, Alistair and Trevor had changed the format of the podcast a number of times. So Subspace is one of them. Subspace might be the main one now, and then Long Range Sensors might be like the patron version. But yeah, if you just search for Alistair McFly or Alistair Star Trek, I actually might have a website. Hold on. Nope. I think they don't even have a website anymore. Yeah. Hosted by Alistair and Trev. So there's the link in chat. That's from 2024, so I don't know if they have any new episodes. I don't watch the old episodes of Star Trek, so I haven't actually listened to the retrospective podcast. I did it first when he wanted some feedback on it, but it's hard because if I haven't watched the episode, then I don't know exactly what they're talking about. Almost there. Nice. I feel like it's pretty cool. It kind of points you at the V in the hillside and steers you off a little bit this way. It feels okay. It just looks a little bit silly on the map. There's something strange about this. This angle just seems to be odd. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Maybe it needs to get straighter faster. Rain again. It's a lot easier when it's only 5 wide because you can kind of say, sit in here and reach the whole thing as you go. At Trickgasm, we mainly talk about review the new episodes as they as they stream on Paramount Plus. Usually we record on Sundays. I'm currently 3 episodes behind on editing because of my ADHD and other stuff. Yeah, it's tough to stay on top of stuff. I recorded on Wednesday. I'm still editing the Citadel Cafe too. Yeah, this is why I needed all the gravel for the coarse dirt. 100%. So I think the issue here is that it gets wider. I don't want it to get wider. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, okay. I think that's right. I've messed up somewhere. There's always going to be a weird little overlap. It's so hard to see when it rains. ZenThaneX, hello. How's it going? Well, we're definitely going to be spending the full 3 hours on this road. Collected lots of grass. That's good. Yeah, so far so good. Pretty chill Saturday. It's one of those kind of gloomy, overcast Saturdays where I really don't feel bad spending the day playing Minecraft. The 80s kid in me always sees the sunshine and is like, I should be outside, but pretty drab day. I was really hoping to get set up to do something else on stream today too. Like after I finished Westhill, it would have been fun to like load up No Man's Sky and stream later, but like I don't have it installed, and there's two different versions, one on Xbox Game Pass and the other one's on my Steam account. And I don't remember which one is which, and yeah, this is annoying. It is only 5 wide. I guess it's 4 wide here, and that's the issue. Yeah, I think I took off too much. That seems a bit smoother. All right, next step is getting some slabs and putting in some gradual changes. And in addition to that, we will probably also take down a little bit here. Feels pretty good. I might not need this one. I feel like that looks good. Yep. And I'll just do the same thing over here. Maybe I'll start by taking out this middle part. And then we won't have these line up. Put an extra one there. If that works. That looks like that. I think that looks good. Always another stream for that. Yeah, I've been really itching to do more variety stuff on stream. Whoops. I don't know if I have that going the wrong way. Yeah, that should maybe go farther out here and then in on this side. Yeah. maybe this has to be higher. That feels a little bit better. Oh, we got some trees. Nice. I think I'm going to put a fourth one up there too. Petrified oak slabs are funny, but what are they afraid of? Ah, I see what you did there, Wormbo. Blast Jordan, you paying attention? Nice. I want another sapling. I'm trying to remember, there's a way to do this where you can get the sapling to grow taller on purpose. Let's say about there. And like here. I thought it was like a slab in this position would force it taller, I think. The dirt slabs isn't a mod, it's a data pack. So you get a data pack to make petrified oak slabs, which are available in the game. They're just not in survival, they're in creative. And then you just retexture the petrified oak slab in survival to forest dirt or whatever you want. I think it's one of those things that's going to look funny from above, but we have to go with how it feels in the world. Gonna be a pain. Reed, hello, how's it going? I think because we're in a sunflower plains or plains, we should be able to use the moss blocks. Let's grab those and some grass. Whoops. Stream is past 2 hours. Thanks very much, Sandy. Appreciate the heads up. We'll grab another break. Yeah, that helps them feel a little bit more integrated into the world. I'm just going to stick to the breaks right on time today, so we'll be at this another little bit. So hang on to your hats. We will take a short break. I'm going to grab another cup of coffee. You can grab a friend, maybe give yourself a good stretch. It's always good to get up from the computer about once an hour, and I'll be back in just a few minutes.